So as I get started to start planning on Sunday, I make sure that I have a few things. For one, my charger for my laptop, which is already plugged in. I have my laptop, obviously, and on the screen you see a picture that I made for my cheerleaders this week. You can make that as a screensaver or at the picture in their phone and always have it. I also have my phone, which is usually playing some sort of teacher YouTube video. Right now I'm listening to a teacher vlog, and I will link her channel. I love listening to her teacher vlogs because it helps me to feel normal. Wireless mouse that is connected right here. I have my planner that has all of my lesson plan ideas in it. Obviously Starbucks. This is a skinny vanilla latte. It's a quad. I have some stress relief lotion from Bath and Body Works, and it really does like calm me down, and so I like to put that on. I also have the Twisted Peppermint because the smell of the Twisted Peppermint just helps me to focus, I feel like. And of course I have a Twisted Peppermint candle. Ignore the hangers back there. I'm in the middle of doing laundry. So this is just a regular planner, yearly, monthly, weekly type planner. And I take this planner to all of our department meetings where we plan what we're doing for the weeks to come. And what I do is in the monthly portion, I just kind of jot down notes of what the department is doing as a whole. And then when it's time to plan for myself, like this is the week we're on, so I go to the day and I teach 2 different classes. So for my 8th grade class, like I'll write on one side what I'm doing, and then on the other side I write what I'm doing in the 9th grade class. So I just go by the day and I fill in my specific activities. So this is an example of what it looks like. So I just jot down my ideas. I write down what I do, what I'm doing for the warm-ups. So this is just like an overall synopsis of what I'm doing for the week. And so I get out my phone, which I'm about to do now, and I go to Pinterest, and whatever it is that we're planning on doing, I look online and try to find ideas on Pinterest, and I'll take the ideas from Pinterest or from Teachers Pay Teachers or from my own brain, and that's what I write here, so that it's all on paper and all I have to do is type it up. And for some reason that just helps me to organize it better. So that's what I'm about to do right now. After I have written down all of my thoughts of what I want to do, I go back through my notes and I figure out the activities that I don't really have a firm grip on what I want to do. So up here I have like this activity that was on my lesson plans last week that I didn't get a chance to do, and they have to finish their test. I have everything I need for that. For Tuesday, the activity is something that we've done every year for the past couple years, so I know how that goes. But here on the memoir project, I think I'm doing something different. So I'm gonna look up some things so I can have, oh, sorry for that little dangling thing. But I'm gonna look up some specific ideas for the memoir project. So that's what I'm about to do now. I'm gonna type with one hand and see how this goes. So now I am just going to scroll through like the different projects. I'm going to add middle school here. Ooh, look, it's already an idea. So now I'm just going to go through the different ideas that I see on here and figure out which one suits me best. Alright guys, so as I was looking, I came across this website. It says it's on EduBlogs, and I guess the lady's name is Mrs. Powell, I don't know. But she had her students do living memoirs, a biography project, and it seems like her students had to research someone and do memoirs on that person. So it doesn't 100% match because my students will be doing it about themselves. But I did like, these are just some of the examples from her site of some of the projects that her students did. And so since we'll be doing memoirs, like the project's going to be a collective thing at the end, and there will be a memoir for each chapter. So since they'll have different options throughout, I just decided to come up with my own choices. So I'm not sure if you can even read what I wrote here, but basically I realize I probably need to do a what is a memoir intro first so that they'll know exactly like what they're doing and what the rest of the book is going to be like. And then I came up with a few options. So one, they can do a family tree since this chapter is about roots and family roots and where you came from. So they can do a family tree, whether it's like a poster or a Prezi or some other handmade thing that represents the family tree. They can make a video and record themselves, kind of like YouTube style. And then, or they could write or rewrite lyrics to a song telling where their family comes from. But all of them have to do a written narrative because narrative is a big standard that our students have been struggling with as a school. So they're all going to do written narratives, but then they can pick one of those 3 projects. So on that day, that's what we're going to be working on. And then they'll have time to finish it about, well, this is the last week before Thanksgiving. So they'll have Thanksgiving time actually to reflect on that. That's actually a good time. So it'll be due later after Thanksgiving. So now I'm ready. I think I know what I'm doing for the rest of the week. We also have another, just kidding. So I was going to give them the where you're from because chapter 2 is about Harlem where the kid grew up. So I need project ideas about where you're from. So let me think about that real quick. Okay guys, so I'm back. I came up, that was pretty quick, but I was just thinking about the way that I came up with these. There's not really a way to like tell you how I came to the ideas because on this I didn't look anything up. I just started, I think about like what I want them to do in the project, and then I think about like the things that are fun to them or that might be fun to them so that the project isn't boring or just another task. So I came up with a Snapchat story. They love Snapchat, and I figured that a lot of them might be going home or around their family for the holidays. So they might be able to make a Snapchat story and get like feedback from family members and from just going around town if they're from here or wherever, but make a Snapchat story about where they're from and then save it, and we'll figure out a way to, after they save it, to send it if possible. And then the second one is a picture montage basically, where they get pictures. They can either take them themselves or they could get them from the internet, and I figured that's a good one for people that are not actually where they're from right now. They could get pictures online and print them out and do like a brief description of each of the important places where they're from. They could do a living timeline, and I'll probably have to make examples to show them what I want, but just the history of a place they're from. Or they could create a Prezi like answering certain questions about where they come from. So those are going to be the 4 options for that memoir, and that will be on Friday, so I'll have to get the computer lab. So I need to make sure first thing tomorrow I go straight to the office and try to sign up for the computer lab or a cart. So the next thing I'm about to do is actually write my lesson plans. So I usually take the plan from the previous week if I'm in the same unit, and that way I don't have to retype everything, and I add the standards if I need to that are not on there. So because I'm doing narrative writing this week, that I didn't put that in last week's plan. So what I'm using here, this is actually the first time I'm using it because I just found it again, but I got this when I did a milestone review over the summer with the board, the state Board of Education. I guess that's who put it on. I don't know. Yeah, Department of Ed. but they gave us basically the standards for 6, 7, and 8, and it's in like a booklet form, and it's just super convenient. I'd rather just look here, find the standards I'm looking for, and plug them in. So that's what I'm looking through now, and I'm just gonna type in those standards there and add to my essential questions, add the ones for narrative writing, and to the I Can goals, add the narrative writing. All the rest of them are kind of the same. And then I'm going to fix my warm-ups and change out the mini lessons. So that's what I'm about to do right now. I've finished actually writing my plans, I start to get organized with the rest of what I need for the week. So the first thing I do is I make something like what you're looking at for my students, and I type up all of the homework assignments and projects that they have for the week, and I make it in PicMonkey, and I send it to their cell phones, their parents' cell phones, and I also post it on my website and on my Google Classroom so that they are organized for the week just like I am. And I love to make it holiday friendly, which is why this week has a Thanksgiving theme. Well, I'm back, guys, and I took a long break to run some errands, do some grocery shopping. Yeah.
I whistled when we were a baby.
You whistled when you were a baby?
I missed when I was a baby.
You missed? Well, why don't you go have a dream about it? There you go. Love you. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, I took a break to go to the store for items I needed for my lesson. I picked up my daughters from their dads, did some grocery shopping, all that Sunday stuff. And now the girls have just laid down for bed and everything's packed up for tomorrow, so I'm sitting back down with my tea. The last thing I have to do to be ready for tomorrow is my warm-up, which is why I'm on e-news. So I like for my warm-ups when I'm back in the flow of my writing warm-ups, I usually do a different writing prompt each day, but on the same topic for the week. So I pick a topic that's usually pop culture. So the first place that I look for that is on e-news. So what I do is I just scroll through like what the topics are and find one that they either know about or that they'd be interested in. Okay, so I'm done with warm-ups. Here's an example of one. I'm not going to show you all of them, but they all look the same. They have the same picture. I made one for Monday through Thursday, and I have Friday as it's going to be like an assessment type day, so I didn't make one for Friday. I am now going to just put all of my lesson plans. So I have my worksheet I made, and I'm just going to put everything together in a folder. I'm also going to put a sticky note on the front of the folder with what I have to like copy first thing in the morning when I get to school. And that's about it. I'll be done.